Doing it well.
Who wants to start?
He got his dick caught in a vacuum as a child. Now he's into BDSM. It's Leo.
That is accurate. That is me. Hello. Yes. Completely. Caught it in the vacuum. And now I have to do something about it.
Cut to a cock cage.
Caught in the vacuum. I live. Anyway. And he loves truffle, so you know only pigs can find him. Max. And we are
The ladies
who lunch.
Welcome. Today, what's the hot tea?
Well, bottoms up.
Bottoms up.
Bottoms up. We're talking about a very debated, discussed topic.
Near and dear to our hearts.
Bottoms and tops. Or as I like to say it, tops and bottoms.
Okay. Is that where we start? Where do we start?
We start, what are you?
Okay.
Let's get to the burning hot question.
So this is so funny since we just went to the drag bingo and anyone that said they were versatile, they were like, that doesn't exist.
Got red for filth.
Yeah, red for filth if you're verse. So yeah, verse is on my grinder. Verse is my life. I like to, I don't want flip fuck.
His verse stands for Versace.
I'm Versace.
Verse for Versace, exactly. Like mask for mascara. This is what we're talking about here.
I'm verse for Versace.
There you go.
Yeah.
I feel like your style isn't that though. You're kind of more. You're more like a, I don't know, hipstery kind of.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's not.
I have a love-hate relationship with being a hipster because I feel more commercial hipster than actual hipster. You know, like I want a thrift shop, but then I go to a thrift shop and I buy something that's 70 euros. And I'm like, I didn't get a deal.
This is verse. Because you go into a thrift shop looking for a deal and you come out with something that was more expensive than
Verse for Versace.
This is, I'm telling you, this is completely verse. In my mind, you're like, oh yeah, I need something quick and cheap. And then you go in, oh my God, this is 75. Verse.
That's then nailed it.
I feel like I'm this is all a stereotype. So obviously this is all for fun. We don't need to be canceled for any of this. Anyway.
Don't come for us if we do not send for you.
Exactly. Don't come for us unless we're sending for you. And so how did you discover your versatility? Let's get into this.
Oh, well, here we go. I love to bottom, but I also have a great dick, so I don't want that to go to waste either.
Two birds, one gravestone.
You know, we're gay. I don't want to just do one of the things that is available to me.
Oh, totally. No, I see your point of view. I see it.
I got a hole. I got holes and I want them filled. I see holes and I want to fill them.
Exactly. Oh, perfect. This describes
why
perfectly.
am I saying this? Yeah, but exactly.
Well, you know, I mean, we're talking about bottoms and tops, and I feel like our audience must know.
They need to know. Yeah. And with the saying that verse is not an actual thing, because now there's the subcategory of more verse bottom, verse top, right? So what you do more often. I'm like, I don't have a regular partner, so that differs between the people. You know, if I'm in a relationship and my boyfriend is a top, verse
bottom.
He'll be a verse top. Because I'm
and
you're getting fucked.
Yeah.
I'll just get fucked more.
Yeah. But don't think you're not getting it.
Yeah. I was like, sorry. If we're having sex 3 times a week, 1 time is mine, you know?
Oh, completely. I completely agree.
3 times a day, whatever. It depends. It depends what stage in our relationship we're at.
I completely understand his point of view. And to be fair, I kind of, it's funny that in drag culture or whatever, gay culture, there's the thing of verse doesn't exist, which is the same as bi doesn't exist. Because you think that somebody that does verse, I'm just a bottom. As if there's anything wrong. Well, anyway, that's the stigma. The stigma is real in all of this, but let's not get too serious about it.
Well, maybe.
Or maybe, yeah.
fuck it. Sometimes we're serious. It won't
Sometimes
be
we're serious.
but
Sometimes we're. Why do you think that people say, "Oh, verse is not a thing," from a verse point of view?
what is the same reason we say bi is not a real thing? I think we're done saying that. That's like really, that's more offensive to like cancel bisexuality.
I said it on the podcast last week. But it was
Yeah,
a
and
joke.
you're a
It was
terrible
joke.
person.
It was a joke. It was a joke.
Um,
But some people do mean it. Like,
yeah, like maybe like, you know, you're figuring yourself out and so you try both. And then honestly, maybe you're like, you're more effeminate or like, I don't know. I don't like people just assume and put labels on you because you like look a certain way, talk a certain way, act a certain way, whatever. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I want to have my long hair, my crop tops, my nails painted, and I'm gonna fuck you. I don't give a shit. Actually, if you come at me being like, I'm just a top, I only want to fuck you. You're not.
It's a principle.
I'm gonna let you eat my ass for 30 minutes, pretending like I'm gonna give in. But
But honey, you better try.
I met this man here who was like,
Go on.
I'm very like dominant. I've got my ropes and all of the things, and likes to do the knots, which you hate. The artistic knots.
Mama, if I'm getting tied up, I don't want to wait 45 minutes to be like a roast beef. No, just like hook me up or
Just
something.
a good old double knot.
Leather, handcuffs, whatever, something easier.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's like explaining to me everything that he has, and then like literally showing me pictures of all the things. And I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. And then like I got there, and like, I mean, I'm 2 meters tall, stature. To try and like dominate me, you need a like, not that you need a lot. I can give in, but like you should match me in energy. And if you don't, then I'm on top. Like,
I think you don't need a lot to dominate.
you don't. So like, but if you tell me like I'm dominant, then I'm like, cool. Then I'm
prove it.
Yeah, then I'm bringing you more dom energy and pin me down.
Yeah, top that.
I want to fucking see it.
Yeah, you think you're a top? Top that.
Yeah, and yeah. In the end, he did not.
Oh, you know what that's called in BDSM terms?
A pussy.
No. Oh my god. No. So no, in BDSM, somebody like with that attitude of like, oh, if you're dominant, then I'm gonna be more dominant, and you can prove that you're more dominant than me. You're a brat.
Oh.
And the guy has to be a brat tamer.
Okay. Wow.
There you go. I'm knowledgeable.
I'm a brat stall.
I think. Look, if you did the test, I'm sure you would come up with a little bit of that, because you just said like, oh, if you tell me you're a top only, then I only want to fuck that. That's a brat mama.
Right.
It's like, oh, try me.
I'm an asshole.
You're forget the brat. Just asshole. just a dick.
I'm like, yeah, but just like, if you're gonna be vocal about saying that you're like macho dom, blah 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 blah, then like, I want to see it.
Exactly. That
I'm not just gonna be like, oh, you are. I'm gonna lay here. I'm gonna starfish and let you dominate. Yeah.
I also find that because it's kind of what we said about bisexual, like it this dichotomy, like what people say about bisexuality, what people say about versatility, and what people say about dominant and submissive. I feel like it's kind of the same, which is if you're effeminate, that it's kind of a given that you're taking it, or you're the receiving end. And if you're effeminate and therefore you're the receiving end, then you're not good enough.
Then you were less than, and that's like, that's just
goes back to like effeminate equals less. Exactly.
Like, all of that. And I'm like, so like if you talk strap paul, you know, like,
which, you know, sick.
Makes me sick. Yeah, like you think you have something over women because you fuck them. Like, no, you are lucky to get the glory.
Mama, have you heard that metaphor of the key in the keyhole?
No, what is this?
It's like, oh yeah, because would you want to would you rather be like a keyhole that gets opened by every key, or would you rather be the key that opens every keyhole? This has been one of the reasons why people use it as a metaphor of like, oh, I'm better than you because I have a penis or whatever.
Okay,
but Mama,
well
flip
then
it around. Would you rather use a clean straw or something that's been chewed and spit on by a lot of people to drink that glass of water? Like,
but also that door, that keyhole, maybe it's at the top of a mountain.
maybe it's not even a door.
Like, why are we having a metaphor?
Yeah, but
It's not, it's a vagina. You can't get it.
it's an electronic gate. So that keyhole doesn't even exist.
Exactly. That's old school.
Now,
We
you
don't
need
do
you need a fingerprint, an eye print. That's what
We
you
don't even
need to
do.
get.
Have you seen Charlie's Angels? Yeah, we need
Yeah.
some of that high tech shit.
Passwords. The double authentication. That's what you need to get in that door. No, but anyway, so because I'm okay.
What are you?
I mean, okay. So my troubled and tribulated
The trials and tribulations.
the trials and tribulations of my
Leo.
sexuality have kind of led me to this position where I enjoy being the bottom most of the time. Like 99% of the like every once in a full moon, I will shed my skin and fuck. However,
That skin is latex.
that's
Sometimes
that's 99% of the time. The 1% is just me. And the funniest, I have to tell you.
he's just getting
I'm getting
comfy
ready.
for this
Okay,
story.
So, I kind of, to me, my hair doesn't really represent, obviously, my sexuality or the position. But apparently, a lot of people seem to think that my long hair equals like
Yeah.
being the bottom or whatever.
When I had hair down to my nips,
People thought that you were a dick sucker.
and I also had way less sex. But also, okay. If I had, here's the
Give me
thing.
some hope. Give me some hope.
No. I mean, here's the thing. Now I'm like, I cut my hair and I moved countries. So it's like, it's a whole new pool. I was like,
Fresh start.
you know, had long hair and I was over everyone.
You were that keyhole. Just tell the truth.
The Charlie's Angel keyhole. I'm like, you can't get out. Yeah, actually we called it the diamond.
Oh, okay.
My friends and I, because my asshole had shut, so it's like closed so tightly that it can create diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, who's getting a diamond? Because also post breakup I like stopped having sex for like 8 months.
Oh.
I mean, whatever. You got to get over someone.
Whatever gets you going.
Exactly. And then once it's been like too long, you're just like, well, it's been 2 months. What's another month? And then it just, whoa, it's almost a year. I could almost donate blood.
Oh. Is this still going?
That's a
Anyway, that's
different story.
different story.
Different episode.
But so you can understand the fact that like in London, when I lived in London, I would go into every gay club and people would come to my face and be like, oh, your hair's too long, you're too thin, too tall, you're too effeminate and whatever. And then literally clap at a drag queen like 2 feet away from me. And I'm like, why are you idolizing something on stage? And then I'm here, which to be fair, I have long hair, but it doesn't mean I'm effeminate or anything. That's just because I'm a faggot. I would still do the same like with short hair, same.
Yeah.
But it was so strange to me and kind of demoralizing, to be fair, that I'm going out obviously going out trying to get some dick. You know what I mean?
I had the same reaction when I had long hair as drag queens do. Like people seeing like, oh my God, your hair's so beautiful, blah, 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 blah. But I don't want to sleep with you.
Oh, mama, if you, that's that sentence.
And so this is what I want to get into because of it reminded me when we went to bingo that the drag queens that ask you if you're top or verse or top or bottom, because the verse doesn't exist, that whole shabam. It's funny that that's the constant joke from a drag queen is to like put you on the spot and say the position you like during sex. Like, can we cancel that? Can we stop? First,
you're not into it.
It's, well, as like a drag, that joke, this icebreaker, it's so awkward and so overused and done. It's like comedians just saying the same joke every fucking day. Like, stop, come up with something new and more interesting. And back in the day, I was like friends with this drag queen, and She said she compared being a drag queen to being a stripper, being like, everybody wants her. Everybody wants to be with her. She's beautiful. She's on stage. She's on this pedestal. But in the daylight, we don't want to be seen with you.
Yeah.
Like they have higher access to like get into all these places, clubs and friends. They have, the clique and blah, 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 blah. And that appeals to you. And we're all like, oh my God, yes, mama, you look sick. Blah, 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 blah. Tips, money. But to date you, to make out with you as a boy?
Not a thing.
No.
Which also it's kind of a thing in...
Which is really weird that you're going to be the one putting other people on the spot saying, oh, you're just the bottom. I'm like, you're the one getting more like, I don't know, not discrimination, but like...
I mean, maybe that's the reason, because obviously if you're insecure about something, then you're going to bring it up with everybody that you know. I mean, to be fair, to make fun of me, you don't need to go into my sexuality. You just look at my face and that's enough. Like normally, like, that's just... It's like,
I'm like trying not to...
That's the...
Just look at my face.
But that's I mean, you could just ask me any question and you have material for days, okay? I personally, I don't really mind the jokes or whatever. However, I do mind, because a drag queen space is kind of obviously a comedy and everybody kind of knows that it's in that space. However, when it's for real, like when you meet somebody and they tell you to your face whatever their opinion is about your sexuality or position, like, this is not a drag queen. This is not a drag show. I do not appreciate your unsolicited comedy. Shut the fuck up and I'm going to block you. Okay. This is
right. Like, you don't fucking know me.
Exactly.
Don't come here with your assumptions. And why are we even talking about, unless we are going to sleep together.
Which we're not.
Because we both know who we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's kind of a
recent incident.
Mama, it's the same thing, I feel.
It's like, why are you telling me like, oh, I know you're a bottom? Great. I can like...
It's kind of like unsolicited, when people give you their unsolicited like
advice.
No, well, that's a whole different episode. No, it's like, hi, what's your name? Blah, 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 whatever. And then they're just fully like, oh, I like fisting. Or like just spit out what they... But if we're not talking about it spontaneously or whatever, like you're obviously trying to let me know
this
that you
is
have
unprompted, unwanted.
Unprompted, unwanted. This is the title of this episode. Unprompted, unwanted.
Being renamed. Yeah.
Yeah, unprompted, unwanted is great. No, but it's fully. I just truly don't understand. Because then, okay. So I'll tell you a story. Okay, this is one of my favorites.
This is why we're here.
No, it's a story about a straight couple. Just a straight person. Okay.
This is a gay podcast. We need to cancel that.
I was at a friend's party, and it was her birthday, and I was doing my master's at the time, so this was in London, and it was all people from that course, and we were all having fun. And I obviously like immediately made it very clear that I'm a slut. Okay. No, I was just very sexually positive as usual, because I am anyway. I might have been a little bit obnoxious, but that's nice.
So, it might have been a little unprompted, unwanted.
A little bit unprompted, unwanted. However, it's because I feel like at the time I was using it as an excuse to make friends, to bond with people. Like, let's make fun of me, because then...
I feel like it's a way to come out without having to come out. Like if you're overtly like sexual or talk about sex, then you're like, well, I told you it's with a boy, so we don't have to assume...
We're way past that.
Okay.
Looking at my face, I was like, oh, I see a little bit of cum in your mustache. I'm like, yeah, great. You don't need to.
Absolute. Could you get
this
it?
This is not. No, my thing is that I like to make people laugh. I'm very comfortable when people are laughing, they're having a good time. So I feel my stories are funny. So I will unpromptly.
And you're very self-deprecating.
Yeah, no.
As you might have heard.
Yeah, unwanted and unprompted comedy gets you the best friends. Okay, I still talk to these people. So we were at this birthday party, and it was, so I was there. Obviously, I was trying to make jokes, whatever. That's what I do with people anyway. And my friend, she brought out her boyfriend at the time, the guy that she was dating. The poshest person you will ever meet. Okay, so in the UK, like imagine like oh yes, would you like a cup of tea? Like something like this, to this level.
At a house party.
This is my impression of Prince Charles, by the way. So Prince Charles comes to... No. One of these, probably closeted something, like just like,
Oh, her
with
boyfriend
suit and
was?
tie. Yeah, suit and tie, very insecure, very like straight person, like, oh, I don't know how to react to this joke about pussy. You know what I mean? Like something like this. Very not funny and fun, like not fun. And so my friend goes to the toilet and he says, oh, what should I get her to drink? And I say, anything with Rohypnol in it. Which to this day, I think is one of my best jokes.
I love.
This is one of my best jokes, okay? This goes in my act or whatever. Like, obviously, he was not laughing. Like, but to me, I feel like nobody was laughing. I'm still laughing inside. That was a great joke.
That's great.
That was a great joke. And my friend came back. Mind you, my friend is very kind of, she's not very high energy. Or she's kind of, she's
reserved.
lovely and sassy and whatever, but she's not very much like, hey, like, which I am. Anyway. So we proceed, like, she comes back, I tell her the joke, and we're all laughing, and this guy's like, oh, yes. So, cut to 20 minutes.
Just let it could come out of nowhere.
With an overbite. 20 minutes later, we're outside because I'm out with the boys smoking, whatever. I don't smoke, but I don't want to be alone or whatever. So some people are out. Some of my friends are out and they're smoking and I'm there in the terrace or whatever. And this guy, who we're going to name, I don't know, Paul or whatever, is out with us. Paul. And then all of a sudden, this motherfucker goes, so what is the...
I can't wait. And action.
The wildest thing you have ever done. Obviously, we're talking like sexually, because this motherfucker obviously was insecure about the fact that he probably had a very small, tiny penis and had never done anything probably in his life.
That's unprompted, unwanted.
So I had to step in. I had to completely smoke this motherfucker.
This one time. I made a disappearing act with an entire lamp. Yeah. What about you, Paul?
Yeah, exactly, Mama. Because obviously the other people that were there, nobody was willing to share any like crazy sexual experience. Because why would you?
Never.
Also people that you don't know. Like I was there with my friends, and still it was like kind of also British people. If you're kind of friends with them, you can get them to talk. But so it wasn't really going in. People were like, oh, I've done it on a washing machine.
London hates you.
Let me tell you, London loves me. And then I had to step in. I had to just be like
these stories are
Paul?
awful. Someone's got to top it.
Mama, I was like, well,
the bottom, topping all the stories.
I just had to let them know that one time I stayed with a guy for 48 hours in a cage and just drank piss the whole time and just left it there. And I went back in and I've never seen this guy ever since. I think she left him. He was gone.
That whole group never saw them again.
No. But the whole group kind of, he was so unbearable. Like we're still talking to him about it. We're still talking about him to this day whenever we have reunions or whatever. And I'm invited. By the way, this friend of mine, the last time I was in London, this is so funny. I went with my friends to this like burger place or whatever in the East, in the East London area. Anyway, so I was there with them, and obviously I was a little bit late because I was living a little bit further away. So I get
curling my hair,
and obviously everybody's kind of not surprised. Everybody knew that I was coming, but I hadn't seen them in a long time because I lived in Italy at the time. So I just show up with my friend. She just goes, "Why are you here?" I start talking normally, and she's just like, and then just goes, "So why are you here?" Like, yeah, props to you, completely. Yeah, great.
To see you, bitch.
Yeah. And I think somebody else just said, it's also
actually,
said,
where's Paul?
Yeah. I don't even remember his name. I think it was John.
What?
John. Anyway. So that was completely unprompted and unwanted. And that kind of shit I don't like. I don't like it at all, because then you're just like you have insecurities and you're trying to overcome them or whatever.
I feel like there's a lot of like curious men that do a lot of unprompted, unwanted to like. I mean, it could be a full episode, but curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity. Yeah, anyway.
Fuck the cat in this case.
Yeah, we said that last time, right?
Oh, but we're fucking cats. Apparently, that's.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I have another brief story.
Is it about bottoming?
It's not. So let's keep it for another time.
You need to keep it in the realm of tops and bottoms.
You're right.
And
You're
verse
completely
and,
right. This was about straight people that have fantasies. So that's not it. Okay, you're right. You're right. Let me get back to bottoming. And let me get back to what I was saying earlier, which was that most of the time I'm a bottom. Like 99% of the time I'm a bottom. But not just that. I am submissive. Like I go from like, oh yeah, let's fucking get fried chicken to literally keep me in your dungeon. Okay.
When did you lean into the like submissive, like when you figure out how do you figure out that you're like, I want to be tied up, left for dead, you know? How does that, what happens to one
to check
person
on me every 2 hours?
Yeah, and be like, oh, you still breathing? No. Zip.
Oh, you know what it is?
I don't want to hear from you.
That's very accurate. I think my kinks developed earlier than my sexuality. And I'm not to say that I had like a fucked up childhood or whatever. However, I do remember that I had dreams of fantasies or whatever, like that I could not even explain when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that kind of aspect kind of developed a little bit more. And then I feel also it ties into the fact that I feel so much pressure from responsibilities and shit that sometimes I just want to like, no phone, nothing, just I don't even want to choose when to move or what to move. Because it's very I feel like I'm meditating when I'm in that. Sometimes I feel like, for example, like I use it as a way of, it's kind of therapeutic in a sense. So I remember this one time that I was coming back from Lancaster and I was not in a good mood and I was crying, like literally crying so much in the train that the British lady in front of me just said, "Oh, would you like a tissue?" And I said, "Thank you." Like this. So even British people,
like,
they acknowledged my sadness at the time. And I messaged this master that I was talking to and I was like, "Look, can I spend the night at yours?" And obviously he said, "Yes, but if you spend the night, then you spend the night," which means like if I step into that house, I'm not stepping out until the morning, which to me, I'm not asking for anything less.
You're like, good.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, duh. And it put me like the pain and the bondage or whatever, like completely kept me away from thinking about the sad shit.
I feel like it's such a double life for like, is it weird to say? I know you're like laughing. Like
I feel like the Batman.
Well, like for masters, like I want to know like this I want to be a fly on the wall, you know,
and just
like
find out who does that.
Yeah, and be like, what do you do in life? And then like turn around and like someone message them, and you're like, yep, perfect. Like I was a grade 12 school teacher, and now I've got Leo coming over. And I'm going to hang him up in the corner of my room by the fucking balls and piss on him. You know, whatever. Whatever it is.
Sometimes.
It's a hypothetical situation. I don't believe it. I don't know if it's happened or not.
Let me
but
I've been
I guess it's one life. Position. It's not a double life, but it's just facets of people, you know, layers.
I have an eye for this. For sub and dom, I have an eye. For bottoms and tops, no. Because also these things kind of change. Like some people are dominant bottoms. Some people are submissive tops. Mm-hmm. And that is...
Submissive top. That's lazy. That's just lazy.
That's just laying there. No, but it's so true. So it's kind of, I guess, a bit rarer. I haven't really seen... Like normally a dom usually fucks, right? However, let's not forget that in the world of dominant and submissive, sometimes sex is not even contemplated. Like,
what do you mean? Like it's not about intercourse
or whatever. Like sometimes you don't even see a dick, touch a dick, or feel anything. Sometimes it's just about the fantasy.
I would leave there pissed. I'd be pissed.
Let's just say it's like meta dick.
And this is the thing. This is why I'm so versed. If I only top in an experience, in a hookup, I leave being like, Like, that was
Not
great.
complete.
It was
Okay.
super hot. The whole experience was great. But I'm also like, something's missing. So there's this like dade that I hook up with. And it's like always, it's always like 50-50. It's always flip.
Okay. So you're literally like just writing the shit down on your agenda.
What do you mean?
Like, just, okay, I've topped once, so it has to do it 50-50.
It's 50-50,
Okay.
like everything. Yeah. And the best. In one in one sitting, in one whatever, like, I want to get fucked and I want to fuck and do the whole thing. And because if you're
Do
just
everything.
Yeah, if you're just the bottom, then I feel like again, there's always something missing.
That's kind of interesting, because to me, like, even if I have sex, if so
That one time.
that one time that I had sex, no, so to me, it's never about the two, because I switch characters. I feel like so every once in a full moon, I am what people call a switch, which is
I've
the
seen
verse.
that term.
Yeah, the verse of dom and sub is the switch.
Okay.
You're learning new shit
Oh my
today.
God, I can't wait. I need to do this test.
But it's interesting, because to me, if I have a sexual experience with someone and I'm feeling that particular mood, which is not even about, like, my butthole is not, like, it's not about, like, sensitivity or whatever. It's about the feeling. It's about wanting to feel in a certain type of way.
Carly Rae Jepsen, Cut to the
Cut
Feeling.
to the feeling. Mama, run away with me.
Oh,
Let's
that's
get-
the best song.
In your fantasy, dream about me and all that we could
Warm
do with
blood.
this emotion. Yeah, normally I get fucked and I turn around and I go, I really, 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 really like you. And it's me.
And then I leave it and say, call me maybe.
Well, you said normally when you only bottom or only top, there's something missing. And for me, that's their name. However,
It's name, age, and actually sometimes face.
and also the phone number. I'm like, oh, you forgot the phone. No, I'm joking. But to me, it has to be an experience tied to that particular character that I like. And 99% of the time, I'm a bottom and I'm submissive.
Mm-hmm.
But that 1% of the time,
Yeah,
Mama,
we're gonna need some stories about that 1%.
let me tell you.
Because doesn't everybody want to know about the 1%?
Going back to what I said earlier about my hair, that 1%, I tie my hair back because I
Tie.
need to feel like a man.
And I fuck billionaires.
Listen.
And then that 1% of the time, I fuck the 1%.
That 1% of the time.
I only fuck billionaires.
I fuck the 1%. Oh my god, that's how rare it has to be. No, I'm really like, because I've seen it so much.
Yeah, I mean, you've
become-
experienced so many like masters that
I become a dominant.
yeah.
And sometimes I scare it's very rare. However, I really enjoy it when I do
So he's
it.
killed someone. I could feel it.
I have a couple of corpses in the back.
You know.
No, so I haven't killed anybody, but that couple of times that I've topped, because also, listen, I've had people
So
in my
who
house.
do you top? Like what kind of what kind of stereotype person?
People
I don't
that
know.
are
How do you-
smaller than me and very bottomy. Like, if you come to my house and you already have that kind of passive attitude,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna feel very well. It has to be in that right constellation, the coincidence of the year or whatever. But I'm gonna feel very dominant, and I don't even like. I just talk like that.
So
Yeah. I just wear flannel and jeans, and that's it.
and then I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh my god! You know what?
Come to my bedroom. That's not Arnold. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. I'll be back.
No, because I'm a big guy, right? So
Yeah.
I have never had anybody go, anybody that's been topped by me, I feel like has enjoyed it. Well, not feel like, I know it has enjoyed it. And most of the time, the situation, because I'm kind of dominant, calls for a little spice, if you know what I'm talking about. Because I will not stop at just that. Like, I will pull something out of the bag.
He's got a bag of tricks.
Yeah.
And a bag of whips.
I got no, actually not in that sense, but sometimes, yeah, like things.
Fucking
Just
get
things.
to it. I want to know, what is
I'm not
this?
telling
Don't
you.
leave me hanging.
No, this is like I'm not gonna talk about it on the podcast because this is too. No, it's fresh, and also I know like
It's fresh. It's
No, it's-
recently. You were
no.
topping recently.
no. No, I literally had a guy in my house like after we had kind of had sex, whatever. Like he didn't want to have sex because I'm kind of like I have a nice dick, whatever. And then
Yes.
I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm just gonna
Got
put
a
it
nice
out there.
dick.
I don't use it very often. Like when I pull it out of the closet, like it's great. It works.
It's got beauty sleep. Okay.
Exactly. Exactly. I've had this motherfucker so even if I'm topping you or whatever, that doesn't mean that you have the right to walk into my house and judge my effeminate quote unquote way of living. I'm saying quote unquote because it's clearly a stereotype. Like you don't get to go into my bathroom and be like, oh, you do skincare?
Bitch.
Mama, first, have you seen my skin versus your skin? Also, it's just called taking care of yourself. Okay, that's not. It's like, do I brush my teeth? Yeah.
I hate all of that shit.
Oh, the stereotypes with like.
With just everything. Like, I'm sorry. We need to just be rolling around in dirt to be like.
Oh yeah, does the top mean that you don't wash or? But let me tell you about Italy. No. So let me tell you about my town because I'm gonna keep it very specific because I don't want to piss anybody off. However, in my town, when they say they're a top, they're not trimmed, shaved, or anything, and sometimes not even that clean. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there because
Dirty
you can
butthole.
look. I don't mind the bush.
I love a bush. I request a bush.
I love a bush, but I need a little bit of care. Okay, in your intimate
Yeah.
parts, I need a little bit of trim, a little bit of like, oh, I have washed it really well because hair keeps a lot of stank.
Yeah, no. I got a bush, but it is manicured.
Yeah,
let's
let's
everything else.
Exactly. Let's structure this bush. Let's not have it completely all over the place because otherwise it's not a great experience. And like the story that I was telling the other time, like I'm also not into tops that just come and that's it and don't even pay attention to you.
Yeah.
Like I'm into that in a sense that if I want to not be paid attention to, like if I'm in that submissive state, that's great. However, if you're in my car and you just came in my mouth, you better make sure that I come too, okay? Because I'm not driving you back.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's very nice. It's very selfish and it's very uncalled for and very rude.
And you want to be like, I don't know, maybe you don't, but like, I want to be a good lover. And that's like, reciprocate what the fuck's happening.
Exactly. Look, if you're just
like, I got my shit done.
Exactly. Look, I understand that you're just going out for sex or whatever, like, and then you
like
don't
I might
even
get
care.
lazy if I come first. I might get lazy, but like I'll always lick your balls.
I'll always help. I'll help. Exactly.
I'm getting lazy, so you need to hurry up.
Yeah.
But
when I come, I get asthma attacks. I can't move. Low energy. I'm just laying there. Okay, but I will still do my best to make sure that you're having fun too. Like, which is why most of the time I like when people come before me because then.
Same. Because I'm ready to blow whenever.
This is the thing. To me, if I've come and then you come, it better not be anywhere near my persona. Okay? Because I do not like the
I know
second
I'm
come,
trying to get better at like staying into like before I come where you can come all over me, after I come, where do you want it? Yeah, like my chest. That's it. Below the neck, bitch.
below the neck. It better not be anywhere near this mouth or the eyes or anything that I have to clean or smell it or.
And when I
taste
had
it.
long hair, don't you fucking dare.
Oh my God! Don't even. Like, I'm taking an umbrella.
I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
Do you know my hair schedule?
Yeah.
You do not. No. I'm on day 2. Don't you dare make me wash my hair. Oh.
I have to tell you a story.
Yes.
I have to tell you a story.
Is this about coming hair?
London. This was a few months ago. London. I am bored. I am horny. As horny as we saw the last episode when I was like.
I love the setting.
The setting is
It's
very
London.
that.
I'm bored and horny.
Born and horny. It was one of those days when I was getting up, putting my toys in my bag, and just walking around. fully douched because I didn't know what was gonna. I wanted something to happen.
This makes me love you.
I just wanted something to happen. I had my fag bag with me. Okay, like it's not a thing.
Oh, that's totally a thing in London.
A fag bag, Mama. You have to have a douche.
No, but like my friend went to London and he was like, there's like this stereotype of like if you're walking around with a backpack, you're like ready to get fucked.
I have more stories.
And like I was like, what? If I walk around with a backpack, I'm just full bottom ready, douched up to my throat.
No, but you have a douche in the bag.
Bitch, that's not enough for me now.
You need to like. You need.
I need to be hooked up to a shower, a fire. Like, no, girl.
Fire escape.
the fire hose extinguish. What is it? The on the street. What is that?
Extinguisher. The
no, on the street.
Oh my God, what is that called?
Why am I so dumb?
Why can't we think of the name of that? Hydrant. Fire hydrant.
Fire hydrant. That's what I need.
Oh my God, there you go. The four. You need to sit on that.
I need to sit on that. A little tweak. And then like, yeah.
You better douche from the top.
Yeah, fair. That'd be simpler.
But that's true. Fags with bags. They have stuff in
They
there.
got douches.
They have J-Lube for fisting. They have a pair of latex gloves because you never know.
Some boy butter.
No. Crisco, which we used to sell. No, anyway, so I had all my toys. All of it. Like I was ready. I was literally going around like the testosterone was sprinting out of my body faster than those gamma rays in fucking Ukraine, okay? Mama, Chernobyl, me with testosterone, okay? So you had to take pictures of me, you had to put a camera down the corner and not look directly in the eyes, okay? Because otherwise you would have had a lot of problems. Anyway, I'm going out like this.
A lot of
It was
problems.
one of those days.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to somebody
I live.
in Manchester,
Okay.
which is 2 hours and a half from London with the fast train.
Why? Bitch, you're walking around with your fag bag ready to get fucked. Why are you talking to someone 2 hours away?
Because I like
A specific kind of man.
a specific kind of man that has a specific kind of
Odor.
simpler and not very, because in London gays and like kinky gays can get very, not, let's just say sophisticated or whatever, like it's very rehearsed and very sometimes it's kind of
scripted.
phony. Yeah, very scripted, very, sometimes it's flavorless.
Yeah, playing the part.
I need somebody who's a bit, well, anyway, a specific kind of guy. I was talking to this person and it was like, well, I can't today. And I was literally saying, I can today and I'm coming over. And he was like, okay, then you can, like, I'll meet you at the station or whatever. I'm like, great. I get on that train. 2 hours and a half. I didn't have a charger, and I begged for a charger in one of the carriages. I was like, does anybody have a phone charger? I was going to Manchester. I did not care. I went to Manchester. 2 hours and a half later, I got into town. I went to a sex shop because I needed to buy something else. And because I knew the owners. Anyway, discount. I moved with discount. I went back to the tram station. I got the tram. I went to the end of the tram line. I got out of the tram line. I went to this guy's house. This guy made me come, and I was supposed to stay the night. I stayed for 10 minutes.
Your whole experience was 10 minutes.
My whole experience was 10 minutes because this motherfucker made me come when I did not want it to. I did not want to come, and he just did it anyway, and I was done.
Livid.
I was livid. Because I was in that very submissive state, and I don't want to even like think about. Made me come. So after 10 minutes, I left.
Ugh, I'd be so pissed after all that traveling.
Mama, back to the tram line. Took the tram back to the train station. Train station, got on the wrong train. I ended up in Which is not the opposite side, but the opposite side.
It's the opposite side.
Because the doors were open and I just got in.
Yeah.
I realized I was going to Wales. And I was like, holy shit. So I stopped at a station. I got a train back to London. And on that train back to London, I thought, today I really woke up and I thought, I'm going to fuck this day up.
And it fucked you up.
It fucked me up. But I didn't pay
Not
for
in the right way.
train ticket because, you know.
You what? You didn't pay for the train ticket?
Sneaked in.
That's fair. But then karma was immediate and it brought you to Wales.
It brought me right back to not where I wanted. And literally, so mind you, before this, I texted my friend saying I'm not coming back for dinner, and my friend was like, no, my friend told me, oh, I'm making shepherd's pie. Are you gonna be here for dinner? And I said yes. And then I found this guy, and I was like, look, I'm not coming back for dinner. I'm going to Manchester. And he literally said to me, you're a curious fella.
I love that.
Cut to me at 10 p.m. in London, messaging him like, is there any shepherd's pie left? Sure enough, there was.
Yes,
there was some shepherd's
you got
pie.
any shepherd? I could feeling a little peckish after that.
Yeah.
After that train ride, you rode a train longer than you rode a dick.
Oh, I wasn't even close to that.
Ugh.
It was so weird. I will do shit like this when I'm rampant, horny, and crazy.
Yeah. See, I live for the ready backpack, but in my head, then you're like wandering around town on Grindr, like, or wherever, on whatever master dom thingy, just like ready to come over at any point. I love that energy, but then I would stay in the realm of like 8 kilometers.
I'm just crazy, okay? I understand that normally people shouldn't do that, but to me, I don't know. I feel like distance makes it more.
Yeah. But then you're putting like pressure and expectations on like 2-hour travel. Like, bitch,
10 minutes coming back.
I'd be like, no, you're making I'm going for a walk and I'm coming back, you know?
And this happened multiple times in that space of time where I was at my friend's. Yeah, I ended up in the middle of, this is another story, but I don't think we're going to go into this. However, let's get into the fact that I feel like carrying a bag with shit in it is it's very bottom energy.
Yeah.
Because tops think they don't need anything to get ready.
Okay, here's the one thing about tops, because I was having this conversation with a friend because he was like, oh, like top shaming. And I was like, okay, well, like, yeah, that's like making fun of white people. Like, who cares? Also, we're both white. If you couldn't tell.
By the way, no, I have to click. You know that in the UK, I have to tick the other white box.
What's the other white box?
Other white is because they have white British, white Irish, and then other white. And I'm like, I guess I'm other white.
Oh my God.
The concept of white is a very anthropologically and sociologically is a very fucked up idea.
Whatever just happened to Caucasian?
Color. Oh, that's also very American a term. Okay. But we're not going to get into this.
No, we're not. We're top bottoming. He was saying as a top, like, feels the pressure to perform. Because there's hungry bottoms like you walking around with backpacks with douches ready to get fucked, and feels like he needs to deliver a like 1 hour session. And I'm like, you're putting that on yourself.
I literally don't put this pressure on anybody because I don't care. Like,
yeah, I was like, that's just, if you're doing that, stop.
I'm not marking you after. Like, it's not like, oh, this was an 8. Like, who gives a shit?
If it's quick or what, I don't know. Like, then multiple times we can hang. If maybe conversation, maybe that's why I get to know people a little bit better. Then you can keep hanging out and then start over again.
Yeah. And let's also say something very controversial. I don't want an 8-inch dick up in my boy hole for 45 minutes because the friction will make it completely like it's not, I won't feel anything.
Once again, I'd like to say that's why you flip-flop. I need a fucking break. It's your turn.
There you go. But to me, it's like, mama, once you get in there and, you know, go to town or whatever, it better be over soon. Because my ass is not staying here. It's not staying here for the friction of 45 minutes of consecutive fucking.
I mean, lube. I guess that's why that's there. No?
Yeah, but after a while, it's so sore. Like, there's no friction. It's like. and you're literally like, why do I have this huge space in my ass? And you're clearly always, let's get into something else. You're always,
let's get into it.
The more time goes by, the more you think, oh my God, is the is the other food coming down? I don't know how the intestine works. I don't know how long it takes.
Yeah.
I know that when I douche, I'm clean, but I've eaten something else. Like
Something else is coming down the
something else
pipes.
is coming down. The longer you fuck, the more of
Yeah.
a chance you have of getting that dick out, and it's chocolate.
It's chocolate.
It sure is. Sometimes it sure is.
Oh, fuck.
Because tops fuck too long. Let's get into this.
So, come already.
Make it a sensible 15 minutes of friction, and that's it. Okay, we could do something else. You can get in and get out. I'm not saying like once you get in, you have to stay there.
Yeah, 15 minutes, whatever. Foreplay, moves, do something else. Blah blah blah.
Let's normalize short anal. Okay.
I mean, I'll have to time how long I like it for, but
But doesn't it get like even to me, the few times that I've done it, I'm like, after you've fucking somebody for a little bit, first of all, I'm tired. Second of all, my dick is not feeling anything anymore.
right. And
'Cause
then my ass is cramping. My topping, whatever.
Oh, exactly. Like I don't have the muscles for that. Like I just when first time I fucked somebody, I discovered I had muscles I didn't even know. I was like, oh, so this can hurt.
What is this muscle?
What is this muscle?
Did I go bowling?
Mama, first time I topped one of my exes sat on my dick in the morning, and I was completely non-consensual.
And also, if sex is lasting, are we both uncut here?
I'm uncut. I'm Italian. We don't cut people.
Right. We don't cut.
Rabbis cutting those dicks and sucking the blood off. It's not a thing. Okay.
Do they suck the blood off?
Yeah, they do.
I don't want to hear about that.
That's traditional. Anyway.
Anyway, yeah, foreskin friction. If your sex is lasting too long, you're just like, this has been going on forever. I'm like, my dick is raw. Raw.
It's
raw.
My dick is singing bad romance right now because it's so raw.
This is some bad romance.
It sure is. Sometimes it's sure. Let's glorify more sensible at sex. Also, let's manage expectations, okay? I am over bottoms asking for huge dicks. Oh, I can't take it and just get fucked for hours. When the most of us, I need something manageable.
Yeah, because I
that
want
will not let me hurt in the morning.
Although I do love the next day, or the next, during the, let's say anyway. I love after bottoming when you cough and you can feel it. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know?
I sure do.
You cough and you feel it in your butthole, like, I got fucked.
I sure do. Sometimes
I love that reminder. It's sort of like when you this is getting to be too much.
It's okay. It's okay.
Sort of like when you eat an ass
Mm-hmm.
and you don't wash your face, and then you just go about your day, and you just like it's still in your beard.
Yeah.
You get a little the breeze is going, you sniff it, and you're like, oh yeah, there's still ass on my face.
To me, that's like
I live.
Yeah. You're like, oh, only I know this.
and then you have the awkward like, oh hello, you need to Dutch kisses, and you do 3 kisses, and I'm like, yeah, there's ass on your face now.
There's ass on your face now. So you get something on your face. What is ass? It's literally
that's ass.
that is something.
It's like a reminder, the cough in your butthole, or the like ass on your face. It's just like
To me, it's the same as like when you.
It's a cheeky little secret only you know.
Well, when it's like the same when you swallow and then you burp and you're like, oh, it's still there, and it will be.
Yeah, it will still.
And to
be
me,
there.
if I've come, it's not pleasurable. I need it off. Off
gone.
of me.
What can I swallow to make that go away?
Yeah, I think you know what I'm gonna. This is probably my finishing statement. I need a.
We're doing those now.
I need a dick for. Okay. I need a dick size for getting fucked, and then a bigger dick size for sucking it. That's it.
You want a bigger dick?
Mama,
suck?
a bigger dick in I have a tight ass. I have a tight ass. Okay, it's unreal. My ass will close. Like I've clearly been fucked a few times. However, my ass doesn't remember, never remembers, and every time it's like it's the first time. And I'm literally
That's lovely for everyone involved. No.
yeah, for the other me, I'm suffering. I need you to get in like, oh, do that and like that. I don't need you to push
Right.
and try, and then you feel like the air pumping out because this huge.
This is a lot.
This is a lot. Okay.
Here's what I have always said and thought and believe and live by. If it fits in my mouth, it fits down south.
That's a good finishing statement.
Thank you.
Whereas with me, it would be if it fits in my mouth,
Don't ever bring it back.
you better shrink it from my ass.
You better get soft, fold it in half.